So, good morning, everybody. We are going to talk a little bit about how to have a successful RAD closing. Where do I point it? First, I have to have a successful clicker. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the closing process. This is the highlights of what we're going to go through. Get to know the RAD Closing Checklist. That'll be important for you. Remember logistics. Not everything can be done with the push of a button. Understand your closing timelines, both what you need and what HUD needs. We're going to give you some tips for successful conversion, both from the program side, what are the requirements, and from the legal side. And we'll talk a bit about your post-closing responsibilities and about the money that you have, the HUD and public housing funds, operating reserve, and capital funds, and how that's going to play into the closing. I know it might seem like it's a long way off, but what we're trying to do today is not go into the weeds, but to tell you the high-level things that will be helpful for you to remember as you move forward through the process. The closing process, getting to the closing is a process. That's what I want to say. And what our definition of closing is when you actually record documents. So generally, you will always have a use agreement to record at closing, even if other things, may have some variations. Our goal is always to keep you moving forward to the closing. And you enter what I like to call closing world when you get your RCC. So HUD signs an RCC, the RAD conversion commitment. It's sent to you now via PDF. All the parties involved need to sign and return it within 30 days. The return is also via PDF on the resource desk. You load it there. We don't want any hard copies anymore. So you can keep them, but make sure that there's a PDF on the resource desk. Also, a reminder to plan for your planning is that there does have to be at least one resident meeting after the issuance of the RCC. And once you get into closing world, you're going to have a closing coordinator who's assigned, and that is the person who's going to be your point of contact during the closing process. Again, in HUD, there are a lot of people who are involved, and on the outside stakeholders, there are a lot of people and a lot of entities involved in getting to a successful closing. On the HUD side, as I said, your closing coordinator will become your point of contact. But behind the scenes, and sometimes, brought up to the front, you're going to have still the transaction manager, PIH field office, possibly multifamily field office if you've chosen PBRA. Those folks will also be involved as we step through.
Okay, I'll do a tiny bit about sort of the legal process. Once your RCC is signed, Bev will contact our regional counsel RAD assigner, and through that we will select a RAD field attorney to review your RAD transactional documents. I will assist here in headquarters as the field attorneys review them, answer their questions, try to coordinate any big issues. And then ultimately it's my job to get it to approval and to get it to signature here in headquarters.
Thank you, Vicki. Now we get to the closing checklist. There is the RCC now, the current version of the RCC has Exhibit E, will have your closing checklist attached. And they're specific for whether it's PBV or PBRA, only because there are some different documents involved. The checklist is available now at any time. You can look at it at the RAD resource desk, so you can begin to get an idea of the kinds of things you'll be asked to do. So one of the things I like to say is, remember, it's a real estate closing. So there are more things than maybe you might imagine would be needed, but you have to get through all of them. So the list, it's too long for me to go through that all right now, but it's there for you, and we can always talk about questions. Of course, the top ideas are the release of the Declaration of Trust, because that puts you as a public housing body with public housing uses, and then placing on the RAD use agreement. The other key document is, of course, the Hap Contract. The draft document package that you submit is intended to be a draft for review. So I know some people, I think, get a little confused, and they think, well, I've got to send them everything, and it's got to be ready, and I've got to take it to the board, and I've got to get it signed, and I've got to do that in 30 days. And I'm like, no, that's not what you have to do. You have to get your draft package ready, send it in, let it be reviewed. There's program review and there's legal review. And after we go through a process, then we'll be ready for people to execute, and you'll know when that is. The best practice that we would like to encourage is to submit your draft package within 2 weeks of having the RCC issued. And we've instituted something new. We give you now 2 months to give us a package where you will have the support of the active support of a closing coordinator. If we haven't gotten a package that relates to that transaction 2 months after the RCC is issued, we've created a new status called delayed submission status, which will mean the closing coordinator will no longer be actively reaching out to you, that you'll have to let us know when you're ready to send in a package. And if, again, a few months go by and nothing is happening and we have no forward progress, then at that point we have to make the decision whether or not to let the RCC expire. So, Vicki.
Okay, I want to start out with a question before I tell you sort of what OGC does. And I want to know who in the room today is an attorney, either in-house with the Housing Authority or national, local counsel. Okay, that's good. Some new faces, some faces I know. But not to take away from their work, I do want to tell you that I am your senior attorney for public housing, have been for over 30 years. I am your senior attorney for RAD. I'm one-stop shopping. Come to me first, maybe, and maybe you'll save yourself some money, or maybe you'll save yourself some trouble. So, knowing that, whenever we receive a complete closing package from PHA counsel or the in-house counsel, outside counsel, we then, as I told you before, we give it to a field attorney. The field attorney looks at it, and we have a checklist too. We have an OGC legal punch list, we call it, and the assignment is basically for our attorneys to look at that in 2 weeks and then send their comments off to your attorneys. And these attorneys resolve the issues. Most of the time they can resolve them between themselves, but many times I have to come in to resolve maybe some new issues or some novel issues. But legal coordination is key. I want to tell you I have 137 field counsel who know how to do RAD. We have 10 regional RAD legal expediters. And I have conference calls twice a month with these groups. So we're all hopefully on the same page. We're talking to each other. I'm keeping them up to date so that they can best help you. Upon resolution of these comments that are being exchanged between the field counsel and your counsel, my field counsel sends a final legal memo to me with their opinion and with the final documents that are ready for signature. I look at them. Sometimes there's issues, usually not. We're getting better all the time at this. And then it's my job to basically take it and present it to the GDAS, the current highest person in public housing, for signature of releases of declarations or declarations of restrictive covenants on public housing, and then also for Tom Davis, our Director of Recap, to sign the various recap-related documents like the RAD use agreement.
So this slide's entitled Think About Logistics 8 Days a Week. I do again want to say we all have to work together to get to a successful closing. That's really the value added of a closing coordinator, is trying to make sure that the closing coordinator is a person who is really responsible to know where do all the stakeholders stand, where is everything, where are the holdups, where are the hurdles, do I need to get additional help, is there a policy issue being raised? That's what we're trying to deal with as we go through the process. We really encourage you to let us know any deadlines that you have, any timelines that you have, anything that's important to you, whether it's a tax credit deadline, whether it's a construction bid is running out, whether it's a finance commitment that has a deadline, let us know. We're used to working with those. Again, we can't do it ourselves. We all have to get to the finish line together. The RAD Closing Coordinator will work on the final program review. The HUD Council will complete the final legal review, which, do you want to talk about it for a minute?
Yeah, and again, that final legal review is, after all of these legal issues are resolved. And I have to tell you, we've basically improved the document so much. You're in a much better place than we were a couple years ago. I think everything's been, at least from a legal perspective, seriously streamlined with the new PRA documents a year ago. Seriously great background information in the RAD Rev 3 notice, and also the notice on civil rights relocation and fair housing. I think with those pieces of information, and the RAD resource desk, they're a resource to all of us, including us in legal. And in fact, in legal, we keep our own SharePoint where I keep everybody up to date. So on these closing deadlines, we're coordinating with Bev and Ben and everyone in recap so that we can get you to closing on time, depending on what your financing needs are. 8 days a week we work, but we try to get it done on time.
Thanks, Vicki. So then I want to talk about closing timelines for a minute more. The way I like to describe it is, if you got an RCC, 2 weeks for you to get us a draft package, 2 weeks for us to get it back after being reviewed, again, legal review, program review, 2 weeks for whatever revisions, discussions, to get to final executable documents and where we all agree that all program requirements have been met and any special conditions or special provisions or special certifications are completed. And then I would recommend that you think in your head of 2 more weeks till you actually can close. And the reason I say that is the logistics of it. We have documents that have to be signed within HUD, and there are several different places those have to go, because this is a program that crosses silos, and we have a PIH document, which is the Declaration of Trust, only can be released by PIH signatory. And then we have the RAD use agreement that's signed by the Office of Recap. We may have some things that have to be signed in the field if it was formerly a mixed finance project. So again, we are using wet signatures, and they are notarized documents, and they do have to get to places. And the same thing on your side, when you get it, you'll get a package from us when we're ready for you to close. There's no separate letter that says we're ready for you to close, but there's escrow instructions to the outside counsel or an escrow agent where we send the documents after HUD has signed. So that would be an 8-week timeline. And I think someday we might have that happen. It doesn't generally now. It generally takes people a little bit longer. Somewhere in the process, something takes a little longer. But I think that's a way to think about it and a goal to have. Again, the best thing I can suggest is that if you know when you want to actually close or, get that bank load or whatever it is you're doing, sit down with the calendar, look at the dates, and go backwards, 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 and say, I don't know where you are on the stage, but I need to get my financing plan in by this, I need to get my RCC issued by that, and I need to walk through in order to finish. And that's the best advice I can give.
That's so true, especially on some of the large portfolios we've done.
Yeah.
Charlotte, for example, that calendar was key in getting everything done as fast as we did and going backwards.
Right. And I think, thank you, Vicki, that I want to say one other thing about that. If you have 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 projects that are walking through that each have chaps, we probably want to talk about it with closing, but maybe before you get to closing, the TM would probably bring us in. But for you to think about is to complete one package and send that package in, that draft package, and let that be reviewed. So if there's some issue that's going to come up, let's say with an attorney opinion letter, or some issue that's going to come up with, I don't know, the way you're approaching something. If we can deal with it on one, then it can be copied for the rest successfully. Otherwise, if you spend all the time to put everything together and send 8 things in, and then 8 things have the same issue that we're dealing with, that slows it down. So that's one recommendation. Year-end closing requirements are also important to keep in mind. Every year, we've found that the demand to close between October, November, December is the busiest period of the year. And what we've done for, I think every year really of our closings, is we've sent out a notice, or not a notice, that's a bad word to use, but a memo that gives our instructions about end-of-year closings. What we're trying to do is be very transparent so that everybody is aware of the priorities that we have, of the milestones that have to be met in order to qualify for a closing in those months, especially November, December. So we sent out, last year we sent it out, the instructions on March 15th, and this year we beat it by 1 day. We sent out the instructions on March 14th. And for example, the financing plan would be due in June. To close in November this year, the financing plan is due June 15th, and the RCC needs to be issued by August 17th. To close in December, the financing plan needs to be in by July 13th, and the RCC needs to be issued by September 14th. So one of the things about working on closings is I'm always thinking about the end of the year. So I had maybe like 2 weeks in January where I didn't think about the end of the year, and then it starts again. So if you can keep in mind that that's the busiest time of the year, that's the hardest time to get additional help, and it's the trickiest time for you if you really do have a deadline there. You want to be able to sleep, and you want to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving. You should try, aim for a little earlier. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay. I want to add one more piece to that. Our field counsel do other kinds of closings too. They do FHA closings. And probably the end of the fiscal year, our fiscal year, end of September, is a very big time for our field counsel to also accomplish those closings. So, I'm helping them coordinate it with Bev and Tom and everyone else here to make sure we have enough staff power to get you where you want to go. And that's why these timetables are ever so important for Office of General Counsel.
Thank you. Now I just want to go over a few sort of things from different areas. It's not like one grouping here, but helpful hints. Hap effective date, it's going to depend on when your closing date is. The rules of the program are whatever month you close in, your Hap effective date starts, you can choose, starting the first of the month following your closing date or the first of the month after that. So if you if you send something to the recorder's office on May 31st, you could have a June 1st Hap effective or a July 1st Hap effective. And that's, again, it's your choice. I know that sometimes involved in that decision is administrative burden of trying to get all the leases or whatever else you need to get done before the Hap becomes effective. But I know we've seen a lot of different, well, obviously we've seen 2 different choices, the first month or the one after. It's not consistent, so figure out what works best for you. Pay attention to the money. I know we spent the whole day yesterday and, of course, this morning thinking about all these many issues and things that you need to be familiar with and you need to deal with and you need to submit to HUD and you need to get this form done and you need to fill out this thing and you need to do that. But remember in the end that you're going to have a Hap contract and that you need to convert any money that you're going to use, and that the year of conversion is a little bit different from every year going forward after that. Once you get on the Section 8 platform, that's self-explanatory. You understand what you get in the Hap. But the year that you convert can be a little difficult to understand, especially if you're having a change in ownership, if the PIH appropriated funds need to get to the new owner for the end of the year. We're not involved in that discussion, so you need to be having those conversations. Alan's going to talk a little bit more about the money at the end, but the idea about the question about what money do I have this year, what money is for the project this year in the year of conversion. That's something we've tried to create tools for you to understand it, the initial year funding tool. And again, I just want to say, think about the money. Pay attention to the money.
I'm going to say the same thing in a slightly different way. And that is, I want you to remember, and I could probably say this 10 times because this happens all the time, your capital funds, your RHF, your DDTF, your regular capital funds, your operating reserves, they can only be converted at closing for RAD Section 8, okay? You can't convert them after closing. You make your decision, put it in your financing plan, get it on your sources and uses, deal with it. Because I can't wave a wand afterwards and say, oh, you can do this. No, you'd have to have another RAD deal, okay, another chap. The other thing I'm going to tell you to do is deal with your EPCs, your CFFPs, your OFFPs, your Section 30 debt. I can help you with that. I know a lot about that. I've reviewed 98% of all the CFFPs and OFFPs and probably, I don't know, 90% of all the EPC Section 30s for the last 15 years. So deal with it because you don't want to wait until it's too late and then we have to get some other things in order with bond trustees and bond counsel. I mean, I can make it happen, but I can't make it happen that week of closing. So think about that. There have been over 100 PHAs, I believe, that have already converted all of their public housing units to RAD Section 8 PBV or PBRA. And there is always a special condition in the RCC for PHAs like that. And you're supposed to follow the public housing requirements on ACC termination, merger, consolidation. There's a notice, PIH Notice 2016-23 that I wrote a couple years ago. I could spend all day talking to you about aspects of that, but I really want you to read it because that has some very important information if you're a small PHA or if you're a PHA that is going to be completely leaving public housing. Because it will tell you the things that you have to do in order to leave public housing, how to terminate your ACC, how to close out, what to do with your leftovers. You need to budget for some leftover closeouts. But I don't want you to budget too much because anything that you don't use and you don't give to another PHA will come back to Treasury. We'd love you to use it for more public housing somewhere else or for, the kinds of things that you need to do to properly, orderly close out your public housing program. Okay.
I'm going to switch to the next slide. Just also remember to check your PIC status, resolve any PIC issues. Again, remember, I want to say logistics again. Okay, tips from the legal perspective,
Here
Vicki.
we go again. Okay. The number one reason, legally speaking, for closing delay is title issues, poor legal descriptions, faulty DOTs, or DORCs. Those are the declarations of restrictive covenants you'd find in a mixed finance related PHA ownership. We need to release those DOTs and DORCs, and we need to have a good legal description then to put in your RAD use agreement. And that is usually the major stumbling block I've seen. It was the same stumbling block that I've had for years doing CFFPs, Section 30s, mixed finance. You sort of inherit somebody else's problems, and now's an opportunity to clean it up because we really want you to get up on good feet, good standing, and good legal documents. Leases. I thought you were going to talk about them. When we do it? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to spend a minute or two on leases and tenancy requirements. That's another sort of aspect that we have enhanced in our legal review. It used to be that OGC was just looking at it if it was provided to us. Now we expect the packages to include that kind of information. If you're developing house rules or something like that. If you're in PBRA, it's fine. You have real form documents. If you're in PBB, you don't. We have guidance on the various lease requirements and grievance procedures, et cetera, but we're going to help you with that too. So that should be part of your closing document package. Our field counsel will look at it. If they have problems, if they need a little more guidance, they'll send them in to me, and we'll figure it out. But
And those are on the checklist as
yes,
well.
they're on my checklist. They're on
Yeah,
her
right.
checklist. So
And your checklist.
and your checklist, right?
So after closing, there are a lot of things that have to happen, but for today, the things that I want you to remember are that immediately after closing, within 3 days, we ask that you send us back again by PDF the recorded release of the DOT or DORC, whatever, the recorded use agreement, the HAP, and if we had an RCC amendment, the fully executed version. Then within 30 days of the recording, we have the full docket that needs to be loaded onto the resource desk. There are instructions for what needs to come back to us and how to deal with it. No paper. Don't have your recorder's office send me the recorded documents. I have a few of those, and I don't want them. And we also have a process where in the beginning, where before closing, we ask you to identify who the point person will be that will be responsible for providing us with the post-closing documents. So we have that, and you can choose who that will be. And now we go to Alan. Over to Alan.
I'm the final speaker before the break, and we're running late, so I will, despite my genetic makeup, try to be very brief. As the slide says, there are 4 possible uses of capital funds in RAD transactions. The first 2 are prior to the closing. We briefly mentioned both yesterday. You can use CAP funds to pay for eligible pre-development expenses, and you can use CAP funds for a rent boost. At the time of the closing, you can also use CAP funds for 2 other reasons. Housing assistance payments in the initial year of operation by completing out what's called the initial year funding tool, what's on the RAD resource desk, and putting that fund into BLI 1503 on a 50075.1. And you can use capital funds for development expenses as part of the RAD sources and uses by again filling out a 50075.1 and putting those funds into BLI 1504. As I said yesterday, please read the RAD notice carefully, because there is one paragraph which does talk about the ability to use the fact that you have a RAD chap to get an extension on the obligation end date of all of your capital fund grants. And in addition, you can use your operating funds and operating reserves in your RAD transactions. I'm going to stop now. The next slide has our email addresses, so if you have any questions, you can either ask us afterwards or by emailing us.
And I would add to what Alan said is you can continue to use your CAP and your OP funds until you get to closing, okay? You're going to have needs. You're going to have to budget the needs, for post-closing. But don't forget, you're still in that public housing world. You can still use money the way you typically use money. And also, Alan had mentioned the fact that, coming in for an obligation extension, that's pursuant to statute and our regulations. You got to come in if you want that extra 5 years. We can only take you so far because of the federal closing statute under our appropriations, but you have to ask. Don't ask after your obligation date has passed. We cannot extend expenditure dates, okay? That's the biggest point, the biggest takeaway, I think, on expenditures,
We've
right?
dealt with that for 8 years.
Okay.
So in summary, we are all here to help you get to a successful closing. My phone number is 202-402-8395. You can call me if you have any questions.
I prefer email as a start because I like to see things in writing, right? I'm a lawyer. I like writing. I like to give you your advice back in writing. So you can take it and you take it to the bank or wherever you want to take it. But yeah, do it that way. Give me your phone number. Obviously, I'm very available. I answer my phone. But first steps, and do talk to your field counsel because we have trained them, I think, pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm training them next week again. How about that? But I think training never stops for all of us, and coordination never ends either.
And I'm a lawyer who's avoided practicing law for the last 37 years, So you can either use the email or call 202-402-4126. Thank
Has
you.
anybody noticed that the headings in this presentation, by any chance? The ones that are italics in green? I always play a game in all my training. Do it again, Bev.
Let's try again.
Okay. I think we got a winner here in the front row. Do we have prizes, Tom?
Oops.
Do we have prizes? No.
Well, that didn't work.
Anyway, yes, it was the Beatles, and she tried to play We Can Work It Out. Okay, thank you.